right, we'll save the good ones for a little bit later. Finishing up a massive BP Adelaide Grand Final and Supercars Final Series that it's safe to say has delivered, right or wrong, or up or down. The man in the middle wasn't the winner today. It's not always the case. We have second place in the middle, but he's a 2025 Repco Supercars champion, Chaz Mostert. Congratulations. You've been asked this one a couple of times already, but how does it feel? Staying on top of the roof, you've got the big trophy and all the confetti that goes with it.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty out of breath and my brain's completely scattered. It's so many years of coming to Supercars and chasing this guy down on the end here for a lot of his championships and years as well. So now I really know what it feels like to be a champion. It feels like exactly when you win Bathurst, you just feel so, I don't know, it's so numb in excitement because you just can't fathom it. Like, you know, you dream of this when you're a kid, you're 6, 7 in go-karts, and it's, yeah, I don't know. I need time to reflect because it's pretty crazy.
We've had a lot of these press conferences with you up here over the last few rounds. Such a turn in form for the whole team at WAU. Can you just sort of reflect on the execution the team's had, you know, over these last few rounds? It's been talked about how you guys have been preparing for this moment across the entire year, and you've come through.
Yeah, I think for me, always tried really hard year after year, and this year was a completely different format for us with the final series, and I'm just so grateful for the team to have a mindset with the finals as well. We worked really hard from round one. We had a lot of ups and downs throughout the year and trying to give our best shot come this finals, and you couldn't script it any better for us. There's times throughout the year you start to doubt the path that you've taken, and but then when Bathurst come along and you start to really lock in on that setup, and you know, Bathurst is like, there's two things. Obviously that for us was where we got to this final series, but Bathurst having such heartbreak there too really brought the team together. So two things for us throughout this year got us to where we are today, and just what it means to our whole team, our organisation. Ryan here getting me involved with the team quite a few years ago, and I'm sure he's probably starting to doubt me too year after year and trusting the process, but you really see the momentum in the team, and we've been going more forward and getting more race wins and getting ourselves in the shot, and then this final series has just really played to our strengths.
Those last couple of laps, what was going through your head? What was going through your mind? Any special thoughts or things you're thinking back to?
That was the longest 38 laps of my life. I don't know why 38. I think it was the only time I tried to look at it once and I stopped looking after that. But I just kind of felt like I was running really long, endless tunnel. And sometimes my concentration would break off and see different things, and then I'd have to nearly slap myself to keep myself back in the mode and keep trying to go. I just thank Will Brown here because he was probably the only thing that really got me away without a mistake, because I just wanted to keep making sure that I was trying to hold on to that P2, and Will was super quick and just trying to keep that 7-8 second gap to the end. So just going back to driving, which got me to the end. So it's the slowest in-lap I've ever done in my whole career. A few little tears in there as well. Yeah, I can't thank our whole organisation enough to trust me with the 25 car, and Mobile One, Optus, all our partners, all our fans. It's just something for all of us.
Very well earned. Congratulations. Look over to your team owner now, Ryan Walkinshaw. The team to accomplish this at such an important end of a chapter and start of a new chapter for the team, but just to do it with this guy here next to you, how special is this for you?
Yeah, no, it's unbelievably special. We've been trying to do this for a long period of time, and I think it was about 6 years ago or so that we managed to convince Chaz to take a punt and leave Tickford and come to us. And at the time, our performance was sort of middle of the pack sort of performance, and he believed in us, believed in our plan, and over the years we've just been building and building and building. And this year in particular, we really focused on the finals. We even sacrificed some other rounds, trying to make some learnings on what was going to be beneficial in our setups for these last 3 rounds, and it paid dividends. Chazzy and the whole team have just been focused on that all year, and it's paid dividends in the results we've had. Chaz has just been pretty dominant in these last few rounds, and couldn't be prouder and happier with the whole team. I think they really deserve it.
Very much congratulations to you as well. I'm sure you'll get some other questions from the journalists in a minute. I'll go to today's race winner, Matty Payne. 2 out of 3 Sundays at the Adelaide, now the Grand Final. I'm sure you wanted to have the orange numbers on this weekend, but to come and execute the way you did on the last day of the year has to be pretty special.
Yeah, really happy with the performance, and we're really stoked for the team to finish the year on a high. It's been a little bit bittersweet for us this weekend, not being in the finals, but as well. You know, we had a bad day at Sandown when we couldn't afford to. So yeah, just really stoked for all the guys. You know, it's going to be a good feeling heading into the break, knowing we smashed it out of the park on Sunday, and yeah, just happy to have a fast car and get it done for the guys.
Jason Richard Memorial Trophy, Bathurst 1000 win, Adelaide Sunday win. Pretty good 2025 still at the end. I'll talk to Brent Grove as well. Again, not the end result I think you guys wanted as a team, but having Kai in the mix, having Matty win on Sunday, still a pretty solid year for that team, and second in the team's championship as well.
Yeah, we've taken a big step this year. Our team's championship position is what we were after coming in, and obviously a Bathurst win has given us a lot of confidence and validation that we're on the right path. We knew it would be hard to win this weekend. We've got a rookie going into a pretty big title fight, but the objective for us was to learn and to understand so that next year, when hopefully both cars are in, we're able to deliver on the stage. So Kai's a bit upset in the end result, but look, he drove flawlessly, and I think he showed once again the talent he is, and we're really excited to have him back for another year.
I think we'll see plenty more of those Penrite Mustangs towards the front in 2026 and beyond. We'll look to the other side of the table today. Will Brown, 12 months ago, we were up here talking about you winning a championship. Today, you're on the podium. It was a bit more of a conventional race, I guess, instead of having to come from the back. Take us through your run to third place today.
Yeah, a little bit different today, but yeah, we had okay pace, but not enough to move, the whole way through. We got to third, and we're fairly happy with that. But yeah, it was a pretty uneventful race, to be honest. We were just sort of cruising around out there. Good, solid finish to the year, I'd say. It's been a bit of a tough one for us, so at least we had 2 top 10 qualifyings and got in the shootout and got on the podium today. So not a bad finish to the year.
Well, congratulations on a strong run. I believe you're second in the team or in the Drivers' Championship after this, and I'll look over to Jamie Wynn-Cup as well. You've seen the highs and lows of what an event like this could do, what the end of a season could do. Probably not the way the Triple Eight wants to end, but your take on Sunday here in Adelaide.
Yeah, I guess when we engage in sport, you understand there's big highs and there's big lows, and we've experienced both. But today's one of the lowest of lows moments. Of course, I'm here on behalf of Car 1. Will did an incredible job, and he's dug deep this weekend with qualifying, and did a fantastic job today. But yeah, we're all pretty gutted for Brock and 88. We as I say, we're not used to it. We generally we've had a competition where it's been who's done the best job over the year, and they've won the championship, or if you're in contention, close to it with another competitor, then it could go the wrong way. But it's a hollow feeling. But yeah, I thought Brock did a great job all year. You look at his results as far as poles and race wins go. He's done an incredible job. So we're all very gutted. It can go either way, these types of things. We'll just make sure we look after Brock and his crew in the next day or two to make sure that it turns into strength rather than negative.
Team's championship nonetheless for you guys. Chevrolet, the manufacturer's title. So no shortage of success at Triple Eight this year, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I asked the question. And I'll ask Ryan the same thing. Your take on the lap 1 incident between Car 2 and Car 88.
It's I just congratulations to the guys. I don't want to be sitting here as a sore loser or anything. Those things goes around, comes around. That's that all sorts itself out in the long run.
Ryan, anything to add?
Yeah, it's the same thing as Jamie. We're here to celebrate Chaz winning a championship, not to go and talk about that sort of thing.
Very well. I'll open it up to the journalists in the room.
Before a question, because I forgot to thank 3 people actually. Guy at home, thank you so much for all the years of commitment. And there's 2 very special people in this room as well. Dave Ellis up the back there, and Ainsley, thank you so much for being part of the management team and the social medias all over the years. Hope you guys really feel like you won today too. So thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Jamie, I guess for Brock, how he conducted himself, and even in the interview with Larko, I'm not sure if you saw it, but it wasn't pointing fingers or anything like that. Do you feel like that's a pretty good sign of him?
Yeah, he's a big character for his age, and as I said, he went unbelievably hard this year, and I'm gutted for him, him and his crew. But that's sport. That's what we engaged in. As I've always said, it's been. I'm normally commenting on my own results around Bathurst and whatnot, but as I've always said, the fact we're in contention is something that we'll always be proud of. So, Some will go your way, some won't. But the fact we're in contention and contributed to the event and the race it was, that's something we'll take away.
And I know it's a hypothetical, but if not for the engine, do you feel like, or does it hurt that the engine sort of issue really kind of took him out of any chance of fighting back?
Yeah, it was a horrid day. We to lap 1 incident, we had a stuck wheel nut, and then the engine was misfiring. It was 5 seconds a lap slower. It couldn't have got any worse. I don't know what we did to deserve that. You know, to come into the last day and just have an absolute horror show. Someone's done something. I don't know what, but for all that amount of bad luck to happen on the last day, it's horrendous, and it's gonna sting for a while.
Chaz, congratulations. Sorry, it's a cliched question, but you know, championship or Bathurst, does one mean more than the other?
They feel exactly the same. Like, I've heard this conversation for a long time. I thought there was a lot of years there where I was only probably ever going to ever experience Bathurst. So this feeling just feels like it's Sunday night on Bathurst for me. It's been a long year, a lot of tough. I feel like we haven't been consistent for our reasons throughout the year, but so rewarding to where we have been able to be consistent in these last 3 races. So I don't know. I need time to reflect on it. The only thing I'll say to on the backside of J-Dub was Brock's an amazing talent. He has done an amazing job all year, and from the drivers out there, he's pushed everyone to an amazing level. And no doubt, I know today probably stings the worst it is. Trust me, I've sat here for 12, 13 years and always dreamed of this, but we know that the caliber of driver he is, and no doubt he's going to be hard to beat for many years to come. So sometimes I always say this, if you learn more from your losses than your wins, and I'm sure they'll be back with redemption next year.
Ryan, I guess, I mean, like Jamie said, they got to pick up Brock and whatnot. I mean, is there any sense of that for, maybe have to protect Ryan a little bit, that he may obviously, rightly or wrongly cop some criticism?
Look, he's a pretty strong character. He was racing hard, and these things happen. He's not the first driver to ever take an opportunity when he sees a gap, and he won't be the last, and that's the reality of it. Obviously, the circumstances in that situation were pretty big, but Woody's a strong guy. He's got a good team around him. We all love him. He's been an absolute standout driver this year, and he's got an incredibly bright future. I think Chaz will be the first to admit one of the big reasons that he's sat here today with that trophy is because of the support that Woody's given him in the background, on and off track. And he's a very, very special driver. He's got an enormous amount of support and love from every single person in our team. And we've got a huge amount of belief and ambition that he can go on and win championships himself. So, he had a crack. It didn't go the right way. He'll wake up tomorrow morning, and we'll be focusing on next year.
Talking of next year, would you like to see number 1 on the Supra?
Talking about seeing number 1 in the Supra.
Would you like Chaz to run the number 1?
I personally would. It'd be quite cool having 1, 2. What do you reckon? Undecided. Okay. Well, whatever Chaz wants to do, we'll do.
Lastly for me, Matt, again, congratulations for you on today. Again, is there any part of you that wishes Sandown went differently? It wishes you did anything differently to get here? And obviously because you're so quick here.
Yeah, of course. There's always a part of me that's going to wish I did something different. But when you're in the moment and you're racing, you that's all you're doing. And like Jamie said, we sign up for this. It's on the waiver before you join the sport. You're going to have bad days and you're going to have really good ones. And I feel like even this year we've had some really, really ripper days, and we haven't had many bad ones. And unfortunately on Sunday at Sandown, it cost us our year and our shot at the championship, but it doesn't make me feel any worse about what happened today. I think we showed that we have really good speed and can fight for the championship. It just wasn't our year.
Following on from that, Matty, today was obviously an outstanding performance. Is that a bit of a warning shot to the rest of the field for 2026?
Yeah, we're going to work really hard towards next year to make sure that we iron out some of the stuff we had this year. And I think we, like Brendan said, we've built really well this year and made a huge step forward and having 2 really fast cars with Kai. So yeah, we're going to work really hard and try and come back even stronger next year.
And Brenton, this was probably one of Kai's best weekends from an outright pace perspective of his season. How proud are you of the fight that he showed throughout the weekend in trying to secure his championship?
Enormously proud. I think it's probably we've taken it less from the championship approach and more from just a progression and what he can learn from Matt. And I think it would have been great for him to win his first race here like Matt did in his first year, but there's no doubt his time's coming. And I think to have this experience in the first year is going to bode well for future years. So I'm really proud of both of our drivers. They've shown why they're with us and what they're made of, and we're really proud to take them forward into next year.
Ryan, you mentioned before, the team's mentioned throughout the whole season how you've been focused on the finals right from the opening round of the year. And maybe Chaz can expand on this as well, but when did you decide in the pre-season that was going to be the way you attacked this season?
Pretty much since we first started talking about it. We knew this season was going to require a different strategy, and the focus on the last 3 rounds was pivotal. And it's a different season that we've not had before. A lot of people would have been treating it like a traditional supercar season and just hoping that the back end of the season would just go to plan. If you're fast throughout most of the season, it'll continue into the back end. Whereas we really focused on these last 3 rounds and what we could do and to ensure that we had the fastest cars possible. And fortunately, it worked out well.
And now that it has worked out well, do you feel like you've set a standard to the rest of the field to chase in future years and sort of having a focus on finals right from the start of the season?
Well, potentially. You've also got to get to the finals in the first place, right? So the championships up until that point is obviously very, very important. So I think there's a possibility that a few other teams will be taking that kind of strategy going forward. But at the end of the day, if you've got the fastest car all the way through the season, you're probably going to have a pretty fast car in the finals as well, as we saw with Brock. We just wanted to ensure that ours was going to be as fast as we could possibly get it for these last 3 rounds, and fortunately that plan paid dividends.
Jamie, obviously you've played a massive mentor role to Brock since he's come on board in Triple Eight. But what do the next few days, weeks, maybe even months look like? He said he's going to go to ground pretty much over the next little bit, and he's clearly hurting. So how do you throw your arm around him over the next little period and sort of bring him back up?
I'm not sure. It's we'll just. I've got to go away tonight and work out what the go is. We'll group as a team, of course. Got a bit of fun going on tomorrow as well, so hopefully that's a good distraction on what happened today.
Have you or yourself, Will, have either of you said anything to Brock since he jumped out of the car?
Yeah, I chatted to him. Obviously, he's pretty disappointed, about how the day ended up. But, you can see you get 19 poles and all the race wins he did. And it's the first year of this finals format. Like we say, it's probably the toughest year. When it's the first year of it, he knows he was so competitive. If it was on the old format, he would have won. But, it's really tough with the way it fell. And I feel for him. I can see how much effort he's put in this year and how fast he's been, and I've been trying to lift to his level, and it's been extremely difficult. So to end today how it has been, I don't blame him for wanting to go away and just have a bit of a reset, get away from it all and come back stronger. The worst thing is he's probably going to come back even hungrier, and if he comes back faster than he did this year, we're all screwed.
Chaz, for you, going back to 2019, you make the decision to leave Tickford, which had become your home, essentially, to join Walkinshaw, and it had been a lean period for the team over the past few seasons before you made that move. Did you ever expect that, as much as it's been a long road to get there, that it would end in the success that you've had with the team and today?
100%. The reason for the move was to believe to be sitting here one day, this amount of years together, it probably felt like it's probably been a bit longer than what we probably would have hoped, but this is just such a reward for all the guys and girls in the organisation. And from the moment I met with the team and met a lot of people inside the team, it had such great culture there to already begin with. So for me to come in and the team be a refresh and then we obviously come back to Ford and all that kind of stuff, it's been a pretty cool journey so far with Walkinshaw and Andretti United. And the reason coming to the team as well, to join a pedigree of drivers that have had so much success with the team for over amount of years, representing some of the amazing brands that are still with the team now, like Mobile One, to drive like heroes like Lounsey and Glenn Seaton that represent Mobile One's been really cool for us. And for me personally, just to look back on my career at the end of that, to represent some of these massive brands that some of my heroes have represented has been so cool. And see Lounsey down in the lane, and I've always looked up to him. He's been one of the most busiest guys in supercars for so long, but there's no one else that gives back to the fans like he does. And at the end of the day, we're in entertainment sport, and the last couple of years, and especially since 15, I started to really get it from my crashes. Those guys are the fuel for me. So I had such a bad qualifying yesterday, and I don't know, Ryan wouldn't even talk to me because I was so shitty. He's like, I'm just going to leave Chaz alone. And I said, go see some fans. And you're just like, man, there's so much bigger than just performance all the time, our sport. And those guys got me through it. So it's probably the biggest thing that I've learned from Lounsey. And but it's, I don't know. I'm lost, man. I'm so scrambled. So many questions have happened. I don't know how JB Whincup did it 7 times. Bloody hell. There wouldn't be any brain cells left, is there?
Oh, that explains it.
No, I just need to go find a yacht to do a backflip off or something. Can you teach me how to do one of them?
Yeah. Just make sure there's water underneath.
Might have to get you down to Glenelg, Chaz, and hate to be the bearer of bad news, but a few more questions. It's a pretty illustrious group that you join as champions for the Walkinshaw team. I think it's Craig Lowndes, Mark Scaife, and now yourself. That's a super elite group to join. How do you feel to join that group?
Yeah, it's amazing, but I don't know, Brian could probably elaborate on it a bit different, but the team from back then and all that success they had then, and where this competitiveness of this series is now, and how close the cars are these days, and the generations, it's all changed. It's so tough now. It is so tough because there's such a small window to work in, and it comes down to even more brain power to have a fast car, to drive the car a specific way as well. So for me, it's so awesome to be part of that history. And like I said, I still just lost for words, man. So you take over.
Just to echo Chaz's points, the difference is that the competitiveness of this championship now is its absolute peak. With Grove doing incredibly well, Triple Eight consistently over the last nearly 2 decades, making us all look pretty stupid, and just dominating the sport. And Tickford are strong. There's so many strong teams and strong drivers out there, and the margins are so much finer. So to be able to accomplish that task, one of the reasons that lifting that trophy feels so special is because you know that you've actually beaten the best. If you were just going against some pretty ragged edge teams and you end up winning a championship, it doesn't mean as much. But today, knowing that we beat the very best teams in touring car championships globally, that's what makes these sort of things special. So it's a pretty monumental moment for the team, and I'm just incredibly proud of everyone that's played their part in it.
And a last one for you, Chaz. Obviously, you've experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows throughout your career. Obviously, 2015 is well documented. Was there ever a moment where you thought this might never happen?
Oh, yeah, every year. Every year previous to this, you always think that it's never going to happen, especially once you start to get into your 30s. And in this Gen 3 era, and all these unbelievably talented young blokes just coming into the field. It's funny, we lost some amazing champions in this sport, guys like Gizzy and McLaughlin, but the new crop of young guys just come through are just as talented. So it's not like so many years of trying and so many years of trying to keep up with some of the best race car drivers around the world. And I still think we still have some of the best racing car drivers around the world here, and they're only just getting better and better, like these guys touched on. Like Will said, Brock, to do what he's been done this year, breaking records in qualifying, the amount of race wins he's had. It's scary now. He's going to come hungry next year. So, but saying that, we've got a pretty hungry young Kiwi. There's another Kiwi on my left of me here that's so fast, and another Aussie boy from Mount Gambier. It's so cool to be in this sport at the moment, and it's cool to say that one of the older boys got the job done today, and I'll take that proud for especially a couple of old boys retiring this weekend. Guys like Will Davo and Nick Percat I come through in development series with, and JC, guys that they're, even in their age, are still showing the talent in this sport. So just so cool to share the grid with 24 guys that are just pushing everything. The margins this year have been so tight. Bathurst, that top 6 within a tenth of a second. that's crazy. Like, even this weekend, the margins are so small in top 10 and so cutthroat, and just add the grand final to that, it makes even pressure even higher. So, I don't know. I'm gone, man. Ask someone else something.
Sorry, Chaz. I've got another question for you. My question was, I guess, kind of mentally over the journey. How draining was it, you know, when you're getting so close to championships, getting so close to race wins, and it's just not quite all coming together for you?
Well, normally the final round of the year, I'm normally out in the old format, you know, with how many points up and down throughout the year, and consistency's always been one thing I've always tried to work on year in, year out, but this year actually gave me a completely different mentality. The consistency means nothing until you get to the last 3 rounds. So, I believed if I had the car and the team, and then somewhere that in a good window where I could feel it, I feel like I could pull the consistency together for 3 rounds. So it feels unreal in that side of things, but I don't know, man. What else did you ask?
I'll move to Ryan.
Thanks.
What happened to Woody there at the end with his car? It just like kind of stopped working, but I guess kind of technically what happened?
Yeah, he just said that the right front tyre wheel felt funny, and he started losing lap time. So we brought him in, had a check. We couldn't really see if there was anything wrong, so we were going to send him back out, but he said it still didn't feel right. So we brought him in. We thought it might be a damper because we couldn't see anything that was broken. So changed the damper, sent him back out, but there was still a problem. So we pulled him back in and then did a rotor change, and that seemed to fix it. So the guys will have a little look and try and understand what happened there. Just really, really unfortunate because his car was bloody quick, and I think at that point, I think we probably would have finished just outside the podium, which considering at a 15-second time penalty shows you how fast he was again today. So we'll just have to knock that onto the bedpost of another frustrating mechanical issue that he's had on his car. We'll have to just delve in a little bit further and try and understand exactly what that was. But it's a shame. He was bloody quick today.
Will, you were the reigning champion. Do you have any advice for Chaz?
Any what, sorry?
Advice.
I think he'll throw a better party than me, to be honest, so I don't think he'll need any advice. But no, it's an amazing feeling. I'm sure Chaz feeling it now. It goes fast. Like, I remember standing on the roof down there 1 year ago, and it feels like it was yesterday. So you got to lap it up while you can, because it is amazing. To win a championship is a hard thing, and congratulations to Chaz. It's exciting for him, exciting for the team, and everything there. So lap it up, enjoy it, and get ready for the first round. It comes back around quickly.
Do you have anything to tell me? Have you proposed, and am I coming to your Bucks party to celebrate your championship?
Yeah, last year I went to Chaz's Bucks party about 2 days later, and I just used it as my celebrations. He didn't even get a Bucks party.
Ryan, one final one.
Sure.
Do you have any message to all the Walkinshaw fans that have stuck through thick and thin?
Yeah, I do, and not just to our fans. And I spoke to the team this morning, and I said that there's so many people invested in us getting the result that we wanted to get today. Fans and partners who've been through a lot of ups and downs. The Holden Racing team performance tailing off, reinventing ourselves, Walkinshaw and Dread United, building up that performance over the last sort of 4 or 5 years, and a lot of people have stuck with us for a long time, especially some of our partners. Mobile One, for example, Morris Finance have been with us for 15 years. So seeing them out with a championship is really important to us. We call them sort of walking dead. They just keep building back up from when we left Holden, and to be able to reward them with this result is fantastic, and our partners as well. But I think most importantly, as I said to the guys this morning, we needed to do it for each other and ourselves. There's no one that's been feeling the emotions of all the ups and downs over the years more than all the members in our team. We've got some guys who've been around for a very long time that have been dreaming of this moment. So for them to be able to get that is really, really special.
One last one for Chaz. Are you ready to go celebrate a championship?
I'll probably be in bed by about 8:30. I think got a little tea party with Everly before she goes to bed. So I'll try and save myself for tomorrow. David Reynolds been busting my thing for all week about this driver's lunch, and I went a little bit hard there last year, so I'll make sure I get a nice, good sleep tonight.
I'm going to make sure that is not the case, and that he is still partying tomorrow morning.
It's also Ryan Walkinshaw's birthday. Happy
It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday.
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ryan. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip.
That's the third time that he's given me a fake birthday this week, but thank you, Chaz.
I'm sure there's many more to come. We'll finish it off on that. Congratulations, guys. It's the end of the BP Adelaide Grand Final. Congratulations, 2025 Supercars champion Chaz Mostert.